Hello guys, welcome to Futuristic Approach and yet another tutorial on Python programming language. And this class we will see about the classes in Python. So guys, Python is an object-oriented programming language and it uses class to define new types of things. So till now we had seen numbers, strings, booleans, lists, dictionaries, but a new type, things like, let's say, shopping cart. So shopping cart, how can you define it? So for that you have to use class, because shopping cart is neither a boolean nor a number, so we have to use the classes, and this class will use to define the new types to model real concepts in real life. So we'll come to VS Code or PyCharm, whichever you want to. So the basic syntax of writing a class is you just write class and followed by, let's say, point. Okay, so now you see here this point, the first letter of point is capital. So this is a Pascal naming convention which you have to define. Let's say if we have point object, then object. So this P and O will be the capital. This is Pascal convention. Let's say if it is something like 1, then this will be separated with the underscore. So we can define all functions and methods under this class. For example, I defined it. If some point is there, then I'll define a function as def move. Okay, and self is a parameter which is which gets passed automatically. This we will be coming up in our subsequent slides. For time being, just let it be. I'll explain what it actually means. Okay, so here self is a special keyword that gets passed automatically. So let's say it moves, and will print move. Okay, similarly I'll define one more function over here. So def, it will draw something. Okay, and I'll write it draw. Okay, so these are the two functions which are defined inside this class. So you see guys, this is a point class which is having these many methods inside it. Now with this new class we define new types. Okay, and with this new type we can create new object. So how we have to create an object? For that we will simply write, let's say, point equals to point. Okay, so this particular point is called as the object. So an object is written like point, that is the name of the class, and followed by a function. Okay, and this particular object has been given a variable called point. Now if I write point dot move, so it will print me this particular move. So if I run this, you see. Similarly, if I write point dot draw, okay, so it will print draw also. You see, move and draw. So this is all about the class, guys. So if in a layman term, if we understand, so a class is nothing but a blueprint. You can understand it as let's say a reservation form at railway station. So a reservation form at railway station is nothing but a blueprint. Now when Mr. X goes to railway station and takes that form and fill it up, that becomes an application. That is called as the object. Similar to that, this particular thing is there. So a point is a class which is a blueprint, and the functions defined inside this one is different. Okay, so don't get confused. We will see here one by one, and we'll go through the practical solutions of the problem. Then it will be more clear to you. But at this point of time, you might be confusing for you. But trust me, once we are through this all theoretical parts, the things will be more clearer. Now let's say you want to assign some value to it. So this attributes can be added over here. So if I write point dot x equals to 10, okay, and then if I write print point dot x, okay, so it will print me 10. You see this 10. So now when we use dot operator over here, apart from the methods, the objects can also have attributes which we had created over here. Now, so guys, we have created attributes over here with writing x as some value and y as some value we can write it. But without writing over here, we can create it in the class itself. And that process of creating the attributes out of object in class is known as the constructor. So with the help of constructor, we will create the attributes. So a constructor is nothing but a function that gets called at the time of creating an object. So the basic syntax of constructor is def space double underscore, and then you write init, and then again you write double underscore and self. This particular syntax is of constructor. Okay, for the time being I just write pass. Now guys, see, instead of writing point.x equals to 10 over here, we will simply delete this and we can pass this parameter over here. I can give some parameter x, some parameter y, okay, and we will write, instead of writing over here point.x equals to 10, the same thing I will write self.x equals to x and self.y equals to y. Don't get confused over here because I'll come to it what it exactly saying. So we should read the value passed here and use them to initialize the object. So when we pass it, the argument 10 and 20, if we are given over here like x point.x equals to 10, point.y equals to 20, if we say like that. So when we pass these arguments over here only, we will be used to initialize the x and y coordinate in init functions. So this is nothing, this self is nothing but, you see here is a reference to the current object. So when you type point x equals to 10, point dot x equals to 10, this is same as self dot x equals to x. That means this point is the reference. This self part is nothing but the reference to the class. That is why it is saying self dot x equals to x, self dot y equals to y. When you write point 10 into this thing, you just have to delete this. You don't have to need to write all this. So this particular thing is called constructor because it is used to construct the object, and that is why it is called as the constructor. So now if I do something like, so if I write point dot x, I'll simply write print point dot x, and same thing I'll write point dot y, then it will print me 10 and 20. You see 10 and 20 have been printed. So this was all about the constructor, guys. Alright guys, let's understand this class method by using some example. So I have written one question that write a program with class person and define some attributes such as gender, age, job, and apart from that institute some of the methods inside it. Okay, so first thing is saying that write a program wherein the class is person. So I'll write class person. Okay, now this person is having some attributes such as gender, age, name, job. So I'll simply make one constructor. So I'll write def init. Okay, and apart from self I'll pass name, then I'll pass gender, then age, and then job. Okay, so this is the constructor. Now I'll have to initialize it. So I'll write self dot name equals to name, and then we'll use the option key to write gender. Similarly, we'll use again option key to write age. This is a very good feature in this PyCharm and VS Code, that you can have a multiple cursor, and you write job. So you are done now. So the first thing is over. Now he's saying that institute some of the methods also. So let's say I institute a method of talking. So I'll write def talk. Okay, def talk self, and he talks like print. For the timing, I'll write, hey, my name is. See guys, here I'll tell you one more thing. I'll tell you the usage of f string. So instead of writing each and everything regarding name, gender, age and job, like if you have to write only a name, so I'll write here my name is, write name like that. So I'll give some parameter as name. So similarly, I'll have to make 4 lines like that. My age is so and so, my gender is so and so, my job is so and so. So instead of writing these things again and again, you just have to use a f string. So f string is nothing but you simply write just f followed by this thing, and inside this you have to write my name is, just give self dot name. Okay, if you want the second thing to be printed in the second line, you just \n, then you write my gender is self dot gender. Similarly \n, then my age is same, self dot age. So you don't have to write again and again. All right, again, then \n, and my you write I am currently working as self dot job. Okay, so this is the basic syntax we have finished up with the help of f string, guys. Now this you have defined, this you have defined. Now you will have to make an object. Okay, so I'll make an object as p equals to person. Okay, so this is an object. Now I'll have to pass these 4 parameters out of this. So I'll write for p person, the name is Samuel, then his gender is male, then his age is 34, and his job is software developer. Okay, similarly I'll write, instead of p, I'll write q, the second person. His name is some John, and his male is 30, and he is a tester engineer. Okay, then the third person is, you will say R, and let it be some girl like Ima. She's female, she's 35, and she's working as HR. Okay, now I have created an object. Okay, now I simply write p dot talk. Okay, when I write p dot talk and run it, he's saying, hey, my name is f string. So something wrong I have done in f string. So go up, print, okay, wrong thing is over here. So I'll have to double quote this, and now see, my name is, hey, my name is Samuel. My name, you have to write, hey, my name, I think, yeah, my name is, so and so, my gender is, yeah. Now if I play, my name is Samuel, my gender is male, my age is 34, I'm currently working as software developer. You see, now I don't want this gap also, so I'll just simply currently working as software developer. Instead of this, I'll write I am dash year old. Okay, like that. And if you want to give some smiley, you can give, you just take the smiley like this. First one, my gender is so and so, again some smiley, and you want to give working as so and so, you want to give some smiley over here like this, nasty one. So now I had only done it for this P. Similarly, I'll do it for Q and R. Q, and here I'll say R, and I want some gap between these. Print, I'll just write, okay, and same thing I'll copy, Control C, Control V. Okay, now when I run this, you see everybody will have different things. I'll just scroll it. Hey, my name is Samuel, my gender is male, I'm 34-year-old, I'm currently working as software developer. My name is John, gender male, 30-year-old, currently working as Selenium tester engineer. And it's like that. Ima, my gender is female, 35-year-old, currently working as HR. So all these things you have done it in one single go. That is only because of the F string which we have used over here. For F string is simply, you just understand it as, you just put a F followed by the quote, and whatever you will write inside this quote under this curly bracket, that will be printed as it is. So whatever name will be given over here, self.name will be name. So the parameter name, whatever parameter name will be passed, that will be reflected over here. So for this particular P case, it is Samuel, and for this it is John, and then here it is Ima. All right, so this was all about the this problem, guys, and it is, I hope this has given you a very good understanding of how you can create a particular class and how you can create an object out of class. So we had done it all, everything over here. So once again, a quick recap I'll go. So I had created one class person. After that, I had initialized some and given some of the attributes such as name, gender, age, and job, and for that we used constructor, wherein we use the self.name and gender, age, and job as job. Similarly, after that we had defined some methods like dev.talk, and I defined that method as like if somebody name is recalled, somebody is recalled, he will print as, hey, my name is so and so, my gender is so and so, I am from so and so, or sorry, I'm so and so year old and currently working as so and so job. So same thing, we had defined it with the help of a F string. We could also have written it with the help of 4 different lines of codes over here, but F string makes the life more easy, and that's why we had used it. And then we created an object P, and then we passed these parameters out of this. Finally, we called some methods which we had defined over here, that is dev.talk methods, and when we recall that methods, it printed you the output. So once again I'll print it, and just, you see, so all these details have been printed. So this was all about the class, guys, and I hope you liked the video, and it is quite interesting topic, guys, and the next topic we will see regarding the inheritance in Python. Till the time, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Till the time, take care, enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you tomorrow.